a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it started.
Yeah, it started. Yes.
Okay. Uh, okay, so the agenda for today's session is on the screen. We'll be focusing on Event Hub. As far as we can go, we'll try to go about it and
Okay.
try to finish the Event Hub concept by today. Maybe a couple of examples may remain pending because it's just 2 hours of session that we'll be going through, right?
Okay.
So some of the content may flow on to the next session. That is on Tuesday. Okay. And the
That's fine.
next topic after this will be Event Grid. And once
Mhm.
we are done with Event Grid, then we'll be taking up your case, like
Okay.
the application architecture you shared, right? So the
Okay.
design related thing discussion will start.
Good.
Okay. So Event Hubs is the main
Hmm.
topic. Various things about it, like the introduction to Event Hub, its architecture, then hands-on starts over here, like how do we
Hmm.
provision resources, which resources are required, something on security and connectivity features. Then
Hmm.
sending and receiving events, just like the service bus message queue, right?
Yeah.
And then the related concepts which are pretty important with the Event Hub, the concept
Okay.
of partitions and
Hmm.
consumer groups, and then some discussion on the advanced features and the integration with other third-party services as well, and then something on monitoring resilience and best practices. So most
Hmm.
likely this is something which will flow onto a next session.
Okay.
That's my guess. But
Hmm.
yeah, if we go good, probably we can cover this also. So I've put this into the agenda. As far as we can cover, we'll try to cover. Okay.
Okay. Good.
So let's get started with the very first part, the introduction and the architecture of Azure Event Hub, where our
Second,
first
before we
target
start,
is,
I did.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
second. I did not get the meeting recordings.
I shared with you in the,
Two.
uh, yeah,
Two
two of
meetings.
them. So rest of the things are getting processed. There was some error with those videos. So you will get it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
by tomorrow, most likely, you will get it. I have fixed that issue, so my team is working on that. Okay.
Okay.
So
Good.
tomorrow you will get today's session also and the last session also. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Format related issue was there. I have resolved it, fixed it.
Good.
Okay.
Good. No problem.
So introduction. So first question comes is, as we are going to talk about Azure Event Hub, so we need to understand what exactly Azure Event Hub is.
Hmm.
So up to certain extent, we can actually compare it with service bus queues.
Hmm.
Now, if you look at service bus queues, what they queue? The messages.
Yep.
What could be the message? It could be any string message, which means it could be an object string representation also, which usually we put in JSON format so that the serialization and deserialization is easy. Correct?
Hmm. Yeah.
So focus is mainly on the data there when it comes to the service bus queues or service bus topics. Am I right?
Okay.
I believe the examples also that we created use some string data only. And if you're already using in some project, you must be sharing the data in the string format only. It could be object using JSON serialization, you might have converted it to JSON, right?
Hmm.
And you might be again deserializing it back into the object.
Hmm.
So service bus queues or service bus topics is a service that is data centric. Can we put events also in that?
Yeah.
Programmatically, logically, we can have our events represented as data or objects, and we
Hmm.
can do that. But the purpose of service bus or by design the service bus, whether it is queue or topic, is not meant or not constructed for event processing, right?
Hmm.
Or sharing events. That's not
Oh.
the target. So it's not
Hmm.
very optimized. If you're looking for basic events, maybe yes, you can convert event to an object representation, and that object then can be uh, streamed as JSON data, and then you can have it working. But when it comes to complex business requirements, where complex events are being generated, your service bus will fail.
Mhm.
So you need another high level service which is designed specifically to handle loads of events, where
Mm.
I need not convert event to object or object to event. I just should be able to put the events into the queue. So technically what I'm looking for is a behavior similar to service bus queues and topics only. But my intention is not to queue the data or objects. My intention is to queue the events. I want
Mm.
event that is generated should be put into the queue for first in first out processing, and
Mhm.
I want it to be reliably stored. Any event which gets generated should not be lost. And maybe in even more advanced scenarios, I might be looking for the dead lettering for events also, right?
Mhm. But all of
Now,
that, the service bus so far can,
yeah,
can
so it
provide it.
looks like we can provide that, but for that we need to put additional coding, right?
Mm.
Conversion of events to objects, objects to the messages. And then on the other side, messages to objects, objects to events. So this is overload. For simple events, it looks good,
Yeah.
as I said. But for
Mm.
complex events and rapid events, where millions of events are getting raised, this
Mm.
can be a little unreliable kind of solution,
I see.
right? So we need a solution which has been made specifically for events.
Yep.
We want same thing, same behavior, same
Mhm.
processing,
Mhm.
but which is optimized specifically for events, not for
Yep.
data, right? And that's what
Mhm.
Event Hub on Azure basically provides.
Mhm.
So if we
Mhm.
talk about the definition of Azure Event Hub, like in the answer to this question, what is Azure Event Hub service, right? So the
Mhm.
definition would be it is a fully managed, focus on this, fully
Mm.
managed, just like
Mm.
your service bus queues and
Mhm.
service bus topics,
Mhm.
right? So like that only, it is also a fully managed, real time. This is where the optimization comes in. Event ingestion service that is
Mhm.
capable of receiving and processing millions of events per second
Mhm.
using pub sub model, means publisher subscriber
Publish subscribe.
model. So by default, it works in the topics kind of model basically,
Yeah.
with partitioned throughput and consumer groups. So what are partition and what are consumer groups? You'll be learning a little later today only, right?
Mhm.
But yes, this is the definition. This partition, this consumer group is more of the event delivery model or a structure which it uses to deliver the events. Now,
Mhm.
see the focus of it is events, and what it says millions of events per second,
Mhm.
and that is real time as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how this differs from the service bus, as I said, service bus can do all this, but service bus takes only messages, not events, correct?
Mhm.
So you have to convert your event to message, which is not directly possible. You have to convert event to object, and object can then be serialized as message. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this involves little bit of overhead as a developer on us, plus runtime overhead is also there. We need to run some code to transform the event to message, and on the receiving side, message back to the event, right? So
Okay.
this will not be actually a real-time solution because
Yeah.
this conversion or transformation will take some time. It may be few milliseconds to few seconds, depending on how big that message is, or how big that event is, or how complex that event is. The
Hmm.
more complex it is, the more time it is going to take, right?
Yeah.
This is where we want to get rid of this transformation concept
Hmm.
and let the system handle the detail about how do I queue the events directly at real time without any latency, right? I can
Hmm.
do that if somehow instead of converting event to message, I can queue the event itself directly, right?
Yeah.
No transformation would be required. And that's what Event Hub has been designed for. So it evolved from Service Bus only. It evolved from
Service
Service Bus
bus.
only. Earlier, we didn't have this Event Hub concept. So that time we used Service Bus only for this. But then people realized that in very complex situations where complex events are coming at a rapid pace, the real time requirements couldn't be solved. And that's where Microsoft engineers decided that, okay, we need to have a dedicated service for this purpose. Is this clear?
So
And
far, yeah. I
because
mean,
it
I'm,
was
I'm gonna understand it
designed,
with a message. I'm
yeah.
gonna understand it with
See,
an example.
point
With
is,
an example. Yeah.
point is, point is,
Mm.
if you look at the implementation, you will find it almost the same as service bus only. So
Mm.
it's not going to be very difficult understanding. We just need to understand the core thing. Here,
Yeah.
our focus is events, not message.
Events. Okay.
Service bus focuses on messages, not events.
But I get the events. Here's the thing. I get the events
Yes.
so that I process what happened in
Y-
them as data, right? So it's not
Yes,
only the
but
events.
at times, your subscribers would decide what needs to be done with the event.
Yeah, of course.
Different subscribers will take it as a different notification. So it is more about sending the notification to a specific subscriber, which may not be the data itself. We just want the event presence over there, right? This
And
happened.
that's yeah, yeah. But the thing is that even with Service Bus, I don't know. Okay, if you have okay, if you have millions or whatnot, but the processing is the same, whether it's
Yes,
service, but
yes,
whether you're dealing with topics or you're dealing with the queues or you're
right,
dealing with
right,
Event Hub. Okay,
right.
so you can filter
Yeah,
by
so that is
events, by
that
the
is
way, in the
that is
you
where
can
the difference comes in, right? If
okay.
your event
Mm,
if your event is data centric, means your subscribers are more interested in receiving the data that is coming as a response of that event. In that case,
okay,
you go for service bus queues or topics. But if it
could you
is
repeat the last
event
thing,
driven
please?
programming you are looking for, like
Mm,
events generated from multiple sources, and there are multiple subscribers which want to process in their own way, then you have to go for the event hub. Their data is not important. They will not be focusing on carrying the data. It's more about the notification from application to another application.
okay,
This happened. And the application which is interested in that event then can handle
mm,
it its own way.
okay,
Data is secondary in this case. So conveying the event as soon as it occurs is
hmm,
what the key is.
okay,
Understood. So I give you an
yep,
example from healthcare domain itself, like
yeah,
live hospital situation if you talk about, right?
uh-huh,
There is an operation going on in the operation theater and the patient is on the operation theater table, doctors are on him, and maybe in between some quick test needs to be conducted. So in the age of the connected uh, systems. Basically, the sample is sent digitally to the lab, and that lab just responds. Right? Maybe some quick lab things are done within the OT itself, and we just want inputs from the expert on that particular report. Right? Whatever
Mm,
the outcome has come in. Right? The analysis I want from the technician. So I digitally send the information, and
mm,
here I want to hear back. Right? So that's the event. Okay, this has happened. So there is a expert who is sitting on the other end, maybe other part of the world, who is just responding, and I am being notified that okay, the response has come. Now, as per my uh, need, I can probably see that notification. What is the notification? Whether it's a go ahead, whether it's some comments. Means data would be required, but that data is going to be secondary. The response from the other technician is important, whether the response has come or not. Then I'll decide whether I want to see the details of that response or not. So it's more
mm,
about event driven. Maybe here the response is not something which, as a doctor, I would need. Probably I need that information, the response information, directly into the machine itself. I'm conducting
mm,
a robotic surgery. I need that information to be passed directly to the robot,
mm,
right? So it needs to be that quick. If I get into the typical messaging mode, where the message comes, that needs to be transformed, and then the action has to be taken, even the robot would do the delay. And
yeah,
when the operation is going on, a delay of few seconds also can be fatal, right?
yeah.
That's what I don't want. So I just need that notification, and the machine just starts processing the notification itself, right?
Mm,
So that's what it is, right? Minor difference if you see, right? Event and messages. Technically, at one level, they look same, but message is data oriented, and event is notification oriented, right?
yeah.
What is prioritized? That's what where the difference lies. Otherwise, they will look pretty much the same. Even if you
Mm,
go with the implementation, you will probably think that okay, this is same as service bus only.
mm,
Even the code is also pretty similar, but the way how it is processed, that's where the difference lies.
I got you.
Understood?
Yeah,
Let's talk about some of the core components of Azure service, Event Hub service. So here on the top, we have namespace, just like service bus.
yeah.
Purpose is also the same. It acts as a container, logical
Hmm.
container, or you can say scoping container for one or more event hubs
Yeah.
that are actually created, and on the top of which the billing is actually calculated.
Hmm.
Understand?
Yeah.
Then event hub itself comes up. Just like in service bus namespace, we declare the queues and topics. Here we declare event hub,
Yep.
which is actually a logical live stream within the namespace that can be configured with partitions and consumer groups.
Hmm.
And because it is enabled with partitions, here we don't have a dedicated topics and subscription kind of thing. The event hub can act as one-to-one delivery model also, and event hub can act as one-to-many delivery model also, depending
Yep.
on how you have configured it. We don't have two different services for that. Just one event hub is there.
Yeah.
Understood?
Yeah.
And then comes the concept of partitions, as I said. What is partition? Why we need subscriptions while working with topics in service bus?
Why do we need subscriptions when we talk about? I'm sorry, could you repeat
Yes,
the question?
yeah, service bus. Remember,
Ah,
we work with topics and subscriptions.
yep.
What is the need of subscriptions there?
So that we receive the messages.
Receive
Then,
the messages. The key thing there is we
the
can
party,
receive the messages in parallel. Multiple
par,
subscribers can receive the same
mm,
message and can operate on them
yeah.
independently, right?
Yes. Yes.
So the partition serve the same purpose in the context of event
Mm,
hubs. By default, one partition is always there. If you want, you can create more partitions to simulate the behavior of topics and subscriptions in Event Hub.
Mm,
If you
mm,
need one to many event processors or subscribers. If you need one to one, single partition, the default partition is enough. So partitions are usually the unit of parallelism to distribute the load and enable the ordered processing per partition. Ordered processing is definitely there. First in, first out behavior is maintained over here also. Because
uh,
at some level, it uses queues behind scenes. We don't
yeah.
need to create the queues.
Mhm.
Understood.
Yeah.
And then we have another logical grouping called as consumer
Mhm,
groups. At one level, it looks like partition only, but consumer group is different.
mhm,
Consumer group is like consumer categories. And this one consumer group also, if created, can read the data from all partitions. Maybe one or more partitions would be the right thing to say here.
mm.
Okay. And I can say that, okay, this type of data would be available through this consumer group. Now, whether this type of data comes in one partition or three partitions or 30 partitions, whatever it is, consumer group will make sure that the data conforming to this uh, condition or filter will appear via this consumer group only. Like, you know, on mobile connections, we have different plans,
Yeah.
or internet connection. If you take there also, we have different plans.
Mhm.
Why those plans are there? OTT subscriptions, if you take, there are different plans, mobile only, multi device, and so on. What is the purpose of that?
I'm sorry, I was looking at something. Uh, could you
OTT
please repeat?
subscriptions, OTT
Yeah.
subscriptions, you have multiple
Oh,
plans,
mhm.
mobile
Plans. Okay.
only or multi device, right?
Mm.
Then you have monthly billing plan, then you have quarterly billing plan,
Ah,
half
consumer groups.
yearly or
Okay.
yearly,
Mm,
right?
mm, mm, Okay,
Okay.
I get you now.
Now, those plans probably you can take, like the billing plans, if you take, that is something like a partition.
Mm.
But within that also, there is a subcategorization. You are taking one device, mobile only plan, or if you are taking multi device plan, that is something what we call as consumer group.
I got you. So that it's
Understood?
like a partition, but according to
Yeah, different kind of partition you can say for
partition.
different purpose. To
Okay.
distribute the data, we have partitions. But
Yeah.
then a high level collection we want to create where data from multiple partitions I want to collate. But a specific categorization I want. That's where I use consumer group.
So
So consumer
it's
group comes
mm,
after partition.
so it's a categorization on partition also.
Yes.
Okay. I see.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. So let me show you one diagram over here that
Mhm.
will actually make it even more clear.
Okay.
Just one moment. It's opening.
Check it out.
Yeah. So here it comes.
Yeah.
Have a look at this.
Uh-huh.
This
Producer.
is like
Okay.
event producer, or you
Yeah.
can say publisher. There
Publishers. Yeah.
can be more than one publishers, one or more than one publishers. All will be publishing to Event Hub. They will not be publishing directly to their subscribers.
Yeah.
All events will be queued up in Event Hubs,
Mhm.
will be filtered based on partitions. That,
Yeah.
okay, like if I consider numbers as events, 1 to 100 goes in partition 1, 101 to 200 in partition 2, 201 to 300 in partition 3, 301 to 400 goes in partition 4.
Mhm.
And then we have consumer group. One or more consumer groups can be created.
Mm.
If one consumer group is there, it will have the access to all partitions.
Mm.
If I create two or more consumer groups, I can create consumer group in such a way that one consumer group captures the data from partition 1 and partition 2.
Yeah.
The other consumer group captures the data from partition 3 and partition 4. And then
Mm.
The subscriber will be talking to the consumer group.
Consumer.
Whatever
Okay.
data is there, whether it is from partition 1 or partition 2, consumer group will collate it and will provide it to me. Understand?
Yep.
Let me put this image in chat for your reference. You can download and save it.
Okay.
Okay, this is taken from official Azure documentation only. As I said initially also, that for Azure, you should actually refer to the official Microsoft documentation because
Mm,
it's changing so fast, so quickly that
of course.
by the time you try to apply something, some concept into your project, maybe the things have changed. So if you look
Yeah.
at the official documentation, it will always provide you the up to date information.
Of course.
If you read some blogs, some articles, or some third party websites, the information might be stale also by the time you start implementing it. Right?
Yep. Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go back. We understood what the uh, uh, Event Hub service actually is, what all key components are there. We
Mhm.
just spoke about that. Now, let's see how do we actually deploy. Okay.
Okay.
So let's go to the portal and here
Mhm.
maybe if I'll just do a cleanup first of all for the resources which we are not going to use anymore.
Okay.
So I just get rid of this. Should be delete from here, not delete resource group. And here I type delete and delete. This is an
Mm,
asynchronous behavior. So once it is accepted, I need not wait for all the resources to be deleted,
deleted.
right? Why it's not taking it?
Hmm. Maybe because you wrote delete, maybe you can write something else, type something else.
Oh, it needs delete only for confirmation actually. Then
Ah,
only
enter
the
delete
button
to
gets
confirm.
activated. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Now it took. Maybe some
Okay.
JavaScript issue temporary.
Yep.
So I cancelled and reinitiated that delete operation, and I can just go to the home screen. This will keep on
Okay.
deleting in the backend. I just say I want a new resource. Which
Mhm.
type of resource we are looking for? Event Hub
Event
resource.
hub.
You'll find it in integration
Hmm.
usually. Event Grid, Event Hub, Service Bus. Usually all of them come up over here,
Yeah.
right? Until and unless there is no further, split in the categories.
Hmm.
Integration right now doesn't seem to be showing Event Hub. Let's see if any other category is there which can provide us that. Or else simply we can go to search box on the top,
Hmm.
marketplace search, and here we can type Event Hub. Because
Yeah.
you know the thing is the items which are displayed here by default in the category also keeps on changing based on the usage.
Yeah.
Whichever service is used heavily in the particular subscription also, the uh, availability basically changes,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
So here what I'm looking for is Event Hub.
You're looking in the marketplace.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be in the resources.
No, but because we are
Oh,
looking
created.
for
Oh.
deploying, right? So it has to be
Oh.
marketplace only. So there is another page also, maybe just rename this to Azure Event Hub. Sometimes this is very sensitive actually.
Yeah.
Event Hubs. Sentinel is different actually. Okay, there seems to be some rename over here for the portal for Azure Event Hub service. Let me confirm what name it is.
Okay. I see it, by the way. It's weird
Yeah,
that
it
it's not
should be
showing me.
available as your
Uh,
Event Hub namespace actually.
do you want me to share my screen?
Just one moment, I guess
It's
I
Event
got
Hubs. That's the name of it. Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Why it
let
does not
me
show?
Event Hub namespace. Search that directly. It is Event Hubs, right?
Yeah, Event Hubs. That's the name of it. Maybe if you go down. Hmm. If you go to the next page, nothing.
This is actually rotating thing, so yeah, it's not
Hmm.
showing here also. Let me see in Get Started itself if it is showing Event Hub, not here. That's strange.
Wow.
And developer tools is all DevOps thing and Active Directory and all. Uh, Integration services usually has it.
Maybe you need to sign out or sign back again.
Let me refresh this once.
Okay.
That should be enough. So I go to infrastructure will be more of the IaaS, virtual machine and related things. Integration only has it. Event hubs. That's strange. Usually it comes in a one single go
The
itself.
first, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So if not available this way, I'll just go to hamburger menu here.
Mm-hmm.
And from here, I'll look for all services.
Mm-hmm.
And here I'll search for Event Hub. If not available directly via the marketplace, here I got it.
Yeah.
And in fact, I can keep it bookmarked also for future use. So I just need to click on this star to make it solid star.
Yep.
It's added to the hamburger menu directly over here at the end, Event Hubs,
Mm.
right? So I can click this also, or I can use Event Hubs option there also. It's one and the same thing. I'll be landing up on this page, and here
Yeah.
I get the create button, and here also. So you click this or this, it's one and the same thing. And in
Mm-hmm.
your case, if you're able to see Event Hubs directly in the marketplace itself, there you must have a create link below it, right?
Yeah, I see the create button.
Yeah, so you can click that, and here it lands on this page where we are looking to
Mm.
create a namespace for this event hub.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So it just takes a while basically to search for the resource. That's what I said earlier also, right?
Mm-hmm.
The UI keeps on changing. Something gets available, something gets removed, something gets a rename. You spend some time here and there, and you will be able to get it. And now this Azure Copilot and Microsoft Copilot 365 help you a lot in finding
Yeah.
out, right? Instead of me going in the documentation and searching everything, I ask Copilot and it just gives me the direct solution on it. So
Mm-hmm.
saves time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, in fact, here Copilot would be a better solution than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is more of a general purpose service. Copilot is
Of
Microsoft
course.
service. So Copilot will give better answers regarding the Microsoft services, right?
Yep.
Okay. So subscription, then resource group I select. This is just like what we have done so far. Nothing
Yeah.
special about it. The namespace name has to be given, which needs to be globally unique,
Yeah.
as it is going to be created as a subdomain, right? And another thing you see is where my statement gets confirmed. where I said that it has evolved from service bus only.
Yeah.
See the subdomain
Mm.
dot
Yes.
service bus dot windows dot net, right?
Yeah.
So they created another type of service bus product only based on the existing service bus with
Hmm.
optimization for delivering the events in brokered architecture manner. Make sense?
Yep.
So I'll follow the same naming scheme. I put my initials followed by my company initials and demo NS I give the name as and green tick says it's available. Yes.
Hmm.
Region, I need not tell you what it is. This is about the data center region, correct?
Yeah.
So which one I am using for my demos is Southeast Asia, right?
Hmm.
My subscription when it was created in this region actually.
Mm.
And I have used this subscription since then and have tried and tested all the services, all the deployments on this, and I have not faced any single hiccup. So I prefer this being used during the demos also, right?
Hmm.
There is no other reason. And particularly, I am using these services from India. So this is a nearer location for me.
Yeah.
I created this subscription when India didn't have any data center region,
I see. Okay.
right? The Indian data centers, South India, Central India, West India, have come up pretty late since I created this subscription, right? Some seven,
Yeah.
8 years down the line, I got those data centers. So I have not even tried and tested those data center regions as yet for most of the services. Couple of services here and there I have deployed, but not all,
Mm.
right? And as we discussed, the pricing also differs a bit because of different taxation rules in different regions. So for
Yep.
this Southeast Asia region, whatever service I deploy, our product I deploy, the pricing model of Singapore is applicable for me because this data center region is in Singapore.
Hmm.
If I deploy in India, the Indian taxation will be applicable for my usage. You are deploying in US, your US taxation rules will apply. And again,
Uh-huh.
state to state, if different taxation policy is there, that will also make the price differ,
I see.
right? So
So
local
yes.
policies are applicable always, okay? Where physically the data center is located. The local policies are applicable when it comes to the taxation, mainly
Hmm.
the service tax or GST, whatever applicable in that region, right?
Yep.
Then comes the pricing tier. You can understand this. This will
Hmm.
decide what configuration I'm going to use, right?
Yeah.
The higher the configuration, the more the number of events would be supported, but the pricing will also be higher.
Higher.
Dedicated means a dedicated physical server will be hosting my event hub service.
Yes.
Physical server will be dedicated to me. So it will be the costliest,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Then if I'm having a dedicated virtual machine for me, dedicated machine but
Then
virtual machine, not physical,
mm,
then I go for premium,
premium.
right? Whereas
Yeah.
basic and standard are like shared resources.
Hmm.
VM may not be dedicated for me. And if we
Yeah.
want to see what exact difference apart from the configuration is, we can just click on this link.
Yeah.
Just like for service bus namespace we got, right? Here it shows the pricing also. Here it shows the retention period of the message also. If, I mean, the message goes to the, or event goes to the dead letter, in that case, how many days it will be retained, right?
Mm.
Then
Yeah.
the other services, like whether the integration with Kafka services
Kafka.
is available. So except basic, it's available with all. Then do I have a dedicated schema registry there where I can register my messages? Then how much storage I can retain within the dead
Mm.
letter? So this is dead
Register
letter
what?
queue
I'm
size.
sorry. You were saying about
Schema
schema
registry
register.
is like where I can say that, okay, my message or my event schema itself I have pre-created and I have registered that. So that incoming event will be automatically validated against that schema
The
for
schema.
such,
Okay. I see. I see. I
right?
see. Okay.
Extended retention, can I request or not?
Add more.
right?
More
Then
retention, yeah.
geo distribution. So this is like multi-region
Mm,
distribution with
yeah.
clustering and mirroring support. And then message size, event size. Maximum published size is 20 MB for
Mm,
dedicated one, 1 MB for standard and premium, and basic gives me only 256 KB of the single message or single event size.
mm-hmm.
Then comes how many consumer groups I can have
Groups
in
can create.
each of them. 1, 20, 100, or 1000. Per namespace, how many event hubs I can
Hubs you
create.
can create.
And then throughput,
Mm-hmm.
right? This is
Yeah.
IOPS basically, right? Compute
Yeah.
units. Okay, so for now I'll go with standard because I want to see two consumer groups also later on. Okay,
Okay.
pricing, it must be showing somewhere,
At the beginning.
right? Here only. It's
Yeah.
pretty less, 0.030 USD per transaction unit per hour, right? So
Yeah.
pretty small amount.
Yes.
Then how many throughput units I want? This is the scalability part. How many instances I want? Understand? One, two,
Mm,
maybe I'll keep two. At least two should be there for reliable delivery, right? If
yeah.
throughput unit is just one, if that unit itself goes down, then you are at
Risk
situation,
of
right?
yep,
Risk, correct? Because there can be a downtime in that case. You
of
had only
course.
one endpoint which is down. Okay. Auto inflate. This is again a scalability feature only. Number of throughput units it can increase as per the load, and then you can put a cap on how many units it can inflate to,
Mm,
right? So you will be charged based on how many throughput unit is active at any point in time during the month. So the aggregate of that is what you will be charged for. Clear?
mm-hmm. Clear.
Next. This we discussed about this TLS, right?
Yeah.
Transport layer security. And what did I say? You should ideally go with the lowest version that is compatible with your clients. If all clients are going to be created after deploying this service, then go for the highest version available, latest version available,
Yes.
right? So 1.2 is generally considered uh, latest only, with which most of the clients are compatible with.
Mm-hmm.
1.3 is relatively new. So there
Yep.
could be some clients which may not interact with this version, right?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean, the security structure which is there, the authentication, authorization, encryption which is done on the messages, how that works, that's where the change comes in, right? The algorithm changes. Higher version means it will be more stricter encryption will be used,
Mm-hmm.
right? And lower
Yep.
version means it's basically the older version, so probably goes with encryption but lower level encryption, right?
Yep.
So 1.2 I'll keep selected. Local
Mm-hmm.
authentication I'll keep enabled default.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to see what this is SAS key based authentication,
Mm, okay.
shared access signature, which we use for storage and which we use for uh, service bus also, right?
Yes.
This also we discussed networking, whether
Mm,
this endpoint created over here for this namespace should be accessible from any part of the world, any
mm-hmm.
network of the world,
Yeah.
any IP address in the world, then public
Mm-hmm.
access. But if
Yeah.
I want to restrict this event hub namespace to be accessible from within only a given network, virtual network, I can basically create a private endpoint for that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So whichever machine I am running my program on, that machine either has to be a virtual machine running on that same virtual network, or else if it's a physical machine like our laptop, that laptop has to join that virtual network via VPN service. Understand?
Yeah.
So that's why many a times for projects, the clients provide us the VPN connectivity to get to their network and access
Yeah.
their resources, right? This is something which doesn't need any explanation now.
Yeah.
Tags we are comfortable with. This is a feature that is available with every single service that we
Yep.
deploy. Next, validation of the configuration. This also validates whether my subscription has got the support to deploy this type of resource with the configuration I have selected or not.
Mm-hmm. It's
And if
still
all
validated.
good,
Yeah.
then the create button gets activated. Correct?
Yeah.
And the green bar comes here.
Yeah.
It's a create. Now, having this button activated and green bar coming doesn't guarantee that the deployment will always go through. There could be some other policies which may conflict here also,
Yeah.
because this validation will not check the policies all the time. Pre-deployment policies it will check. During deployment policies and post-deployment policies it will not check.
I see.
Right? So your deployment can still fail even if the validation was successful.
Successful.
Right? So what we have deployed or started deploying, the
Our service hub.
event hub
The
namespace,
event hub. Yep.
just like service bus namespace. And this
Yeah.
takes a little extra time compared to that of service bus namespace because it
Yep.
has a lot of configuration to be placed.
It's done on my end, by the way.
Yeah, done for me also. Let's say
Good.
go to resources. Just few seconds extra compared to service bus namespace. Service bus namespace is created almost at the moment we click on create. This
Yep.
one takes a little while, right? Because a lot of configuration also needs to be placed.
Mm-hmm.
And see here it shows the details. Pricing tier is upgradable or downgradable. There is a
Downgradable.
link. Throughput units you can increase, decrease.
Yep.
Auto inflation also you can increase, decrease the max throughput units. Authentication policy also you can change.
Mm.
Apart from the basic stuff, resource group and subscription, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
And here you have a basic dashboard. Event hub will be displayed here. Just like service bus, we have the plus event hub option here also.
Mm.
The event hub is yet to be deployed, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And then you can see the other things like events option here will show
Mm-hmm.
the event subscription where you
Mm.
will subscribe to a consumer group
I see.
from where
Like the
the
subscription.
data via partition will come to you,
Mm.
right? Under settings, you have got the shared access policies. This is very, very similar to service
Yeah,
bus.
the connection strings and whatnot.
Connection strings, keys, and again,
Yep.
you have three claims: manage, send, and listen. Manage means
Listen.
admin. It can do everything: creation,
Everything.
deletion, changes, sending events, listening for events, everything. Or else, if you want, you can create your own policies also, just like we created for service bus, reader writer.
Yep.
Right. So I'll not get into this because we have already tried this with service bus.
Yes.
We'll directly use this key only. Right. So let me go here and copy the connection string. We'll need that shortly. Now, when to use primary key or connection string we discussed? If I'm using the event hub via the RESTful endpoint
Mm.
or RESTful interface, I'll just
Yeah.
need the key
The
because
key.
that RESTful request will already have the endpoint.
Yes.
If I'm using some client SDK, in that case, I'll need the connection string.
String.
And see here we have an option, AMQP connection string. If I'm looking to follow this protocol,
Mm.
AMQP protocol, that this is message queuing protocol only, right?
Yeah.
Asynchronous message queuing protocol. If I want to use via this, I can select this checkbox and I get the AMQP
Mm-hmm.
connection string also,
Yep.
right? Which will make use of the primary key, secondary key from here. Just that the endpoint is different. It starts with AMQPS
Mm.
protocol, whereas
Yeah.
this connection string you see is the standard service bus protocol only. whatever default protocol it uses, it will go with that. It is usually a protocol which is a high level protocol. Behind the scenes, it understands what kind of client is. If the client is
Personally.
AMQP compatible, this connection string will automatically change to AMQP,
AFTP.
right? If any other
Mm-hmm.
message queuing protocol being used, it will support that based on the client. So this is a hybrid kind of connection string.
Mm.
Understood?
Yep.
Let me put that connection string here for our reference. You can see
Uh-huh.
it looks structurally almost the same like service bus connection string only.
Yep.
Endpoint, it starts with SB. This is service bus only. It uses service bus
Mm-hmm.
behind scenes.
Yeah.
Shared access key name and shared access key.
Yeah.
And here, because it is endpoint directly, we don't have something like account prefix or something. Account prefix or something you will find only in uh, storage account,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you understand this, right?
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
So far, so good.
Okay. So let's take a break for 10 minutes.
Okay.
1957 is the time at my end.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, 18:07 will resume.
Okay. Let me just
Yes.
two things.
Yes. Yes.
I'll talk to them at the end of the session. That's fine.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.
Thank you so much. I'm back to Asset Hackett.
Yeah, Mohammed. So shall we get going then?
Yes, please.
So we just deployed the namespace and
Yeah.
we got the connection string from setting shared access policies, right?
Yep.
Further, if you want to scale up, down, scale out, you can do
Hmm.
it from here. Again, like
Yeah.
throughput units is what you can increase, decrease.
So
Then
the
geo
thing is that,
recovery. Yeah,
okay. So throughput is for the dedicated servers for you, right? Or dedicated instances, but
instances to be
instances,
precise. Yeah,
yes, yes. But the other one, which is if you return back to scale, it's after
mhm,
it fails or after it exceeds,
correct,
right?
correct.
Okay.
So this is basically like if the load increases
Yeah, the load
suddenly.
increases.
So how the number of instances can grow and up to maximum of what number the instances can grow.
Uh-huh.
The standard uh, pricing plan we have selected, right? So that
Mm,
supports maximum of 40 instances.
yeah. But
Okay.
here's the thing. Let me ask.
Yeah. Yes.
So after that, in the okay, three. So
40 is max. I have configured it to 3.
three. Okay, three. Now the throughput is done. So it
Yes.
creates or it dedicates another three instances after that.
No, it will stop because this is more of a planning, right? Pricing related planning.
Okay.
So I want to keep it under 3 instances. I don't have budget allotted more than that.
No, no, no. I understand that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you so after the throughput units
That is
are just
two number of instances that are available for me,
yeah,
and I have to keep on checking the logs to see that it's not completely done at any point in time. If I
and if
see if
it's
it is
done,
completely done, in that case
mm,
I can increase or decrease this manually also.
okay, that's good. That's good.
Right.
Yeah, but let me ask you now.
Yes.
So that's what I'm not understanding.
Yes.
So it's to me,
Yes.
auto-inflate works after throughput is exceeded.
No. No.
Okay.
Throughput units, this is the starting point.
Uh-huh.
The moment your deployment is done, how many instances will be available to
Two.
take your
Two.
events? So it will start with 2 and it can grow up to maximum of what you mentioned here.
Three. Okay, okay, okay. So it will not add three after you. Okay,
Correct.
I
And
got you.
if the load recedes, in that case, it will again go down to the minimum configured units also.
Or just two.
So if
Okay,
third
okay.
instance is no more required, 2 instances are
Mm,
looking to be enough, it will go down to 2 to reduce your pricing.
I got you.
Understand?
Yeah, yeah. Now I understand. Okay, good.
So this is like manual configuration to start with, and then auto inflate will make sure that your service is not down at any point in time. If
Yes.
one of the throughput unit is completely busy occupied, then people will start facing outages, right?
Yes.
That's where auto inflate comes
Uh-huh.
in. Understood?
Uh-huh.
To
Yeah.
accommodate more requests. Okay. Now comes geo recovery. What geo
Yeah.
recovery is?
Having multiple
Region
dedicated,
pairing. Yes,
yep,
region
in
pairing.
the regions.
Right. So here we have option initiate pairing. We configured it without geo pairing initially, right? So
Yeah.
here it is not showing me any entry. Otherwise, it will show you where the data center is actually located at in the
Hmm.
paired world, right?
Yeah.
And then networking, public, private access, you can change anytime.
Hmm.
Encryption. So just like other services on Azure, here
Yeah.
also your data at rest also is encrypted all the time. And by default, it picked up Microsoft Managed
Lots of
Key.
managed key.
For basic and standard, that's the only option. That's why I didn't ask also.
Uh,
Right? If you go for premium or dedicated tier, you can actually use your own keys also for encryption. So customer
I
managed
got
key will
you.
come up and there it will ask whether you want to still proceed with Microsoft Managed Key or customer managed key. Okay.
Yeah.
And then if you're looking to use this managed identity feature, so
Yeah,
identity
Entra or
tab is
network.
there. And that's more of a security feature actually.
Oh,
So it's more like
oh
impersonation
man. I see. Yes,
on
yes, yes,
behalf
yes.
of you, which login is done by the service and application to application. Usually, this is used.
Yeah, yeah, I used it. I remember that when I configured
Right.
that.
So this
Yeah,
is the
good.
same service, just like
Yeah,
it
yeah,
works for others. And the TLS version, if you wish to downgrade, upgrade, while creating it,
yeah,
provided only two options, 1.2, 1.3. But
yeah.
suddenly you realize you have a client which is on 1.1 only. So you might want to downgrade it to 1.1,
Mm,
right? And then we have event hubs, schema registry, which we spoke about, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can find a dedicated dashboard for creating and managing event hubs here, apart from being available on Overview tab.
Overview. Okay.
Okay, and then these are the regular things: Azure monitors, logs,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Matrices, alerts, and this is more about deployment automation, right?
yeah.
So these two sections you will find with each and every Azure service, monitoring and
Yes.
automation.
Automation.
Okay, so we just go back to the overview tab. Here also we have a shortcut event add event hub button, right?
Yeah.
So let's add the event hub here. It will ask you for the name. This name need not be globally unique. This is
Yeah.
belonging to your subscription. So within the
Yes.
subscription, within the namespace, it has to be unique,
Yes.
right? In one namespace, you cannot have two hubs with the same name. Simple
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Yeah.
And let's put the name demo hub, right? How
Mm-hmm.
many partitions you want? Default one partition is always there.
Mm-hmm.
That's minimum. Let me create two partitions over here. And
Okay.
then the retention policy.
Mm.
What you want, whether you want to compact by removing the older events, or
Messages.
you just want to delete all the events when it becomes full.
Yeah.
The dead letter, basically, right?
Uh-huh.
Default is delete. And then retention time also you can specify minimum 1 hour to maximum 7 days.
Can you
So in
repeat one more
hours
time? I'm
only
sorry,
you can
between
put.
delete and delete and compact?
Delete and compact means only older ones, older than
Mm.
retention time will be deleted.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And compressed,
Okay.
like say 10 events were there and say sixth one got deleted, eighth one got deleted from within the application. Now you want to compact that to fill that
Uh-huh.
gap created by sixth and eighth.
Mm.
So compact, right? So that they will be storing the events in contiguous blocks only, right?
Mm-hmm.
And delete means delete the messages completely.
Delete completely.
Okay.
So
Retention
compact is
time,
for compress and delete is
yes,
delete.
is right.
Okay.
Retention time 1 hour to 168 hours, which equals to 7 days,
7 days.
because the value is always going to be in hours. Now, the catch here is this can be in days or minutes also, depending on in which region you have deployed your event hub.
Mm.
Sometimes you might see in some region that it is showing days or it is showing minutes, right? So it will show you whatever the unit it is taking here.
I see. Okay.
Okay. So currently in my case it's hours, and I'm hopeful that for you also it must be showing hours only,
Yeah,
right?
it's ours. Yes.
Next.
Gotcha. Okay. Azure
This is
block.
like
Okay.
snapshotting.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want the backup to be taken, right, as a snapshot.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it will use the storage service, blob storage service, where it
Mm.
will put the copy of your events.
Mm. Mm.
If you want it to be used later on for, the big data processing, So you might configure the blob with data lake service, right? And then
Hmm.
you can do the analytics on it. So for now,
So
I'm keeping it off.
plus
Yeah,
the Event Hub subscription, it's gonna create also a blob storage
right,
for
right,
additional. Okay.
right. So more of a backup kind of thing for events, for
Yep.
processing them, analyzing them separately.
Yep.
And it may not be needed in all applications. This will anyways work on a different worker thread, different program altogether.
Hmm. Hmm.
It will just create a backup, and then separate
Yep.
application will pick those details directly from the blob storage,
The
not from
storage
the event hub.
Event Hub.
So
Yep.
event hub will be free. Throughput will
Uh-huh.
not be affected, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I kept it off for now. Next, and create.
Okay, great. Okay. Uh-huh. I see it now. Yeah, it's the same. Surely the same. Okay.
Right? The event hub is now created here, and you can see it here in the list.
Yeah, Demo Hub, I named it, I think.
All
Yes.
configuration you can see once you go inside this
Yeah.
namespace. You can move event hub from one namespace to another namespace also.
Oh,
Right?
really? Okay.
Cleanup policy is changeable.
Uh-huh.
Partition count is changeable. Consumer group basically can be configured only during creation time.
Yep.
Okay. So here, if you see it, by default, it has created one consumer group. And here itself, if I want, I can create more consumer groups also,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
This one consumer group right now can access the data from both partitions,
Hmm.
right? So for promoting parallelism, we use partition. And
Yeah.
consumer group is basically to group the messages category wise,
Yeah.
which works over and above partitions.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Any questions so far?
So far, so good.
So all set. Now it's about going to Visual Studio and actually creating some application that publishes the messages, and another application, at least one instance, that subscribes to those messages and receives them and processes them, right?
Yep.
So here I go to VS, take a new project.
You will have, okay.
And to keep the thing simple, I'm going with console application only.
Hmm. You're not
The
gonna do
subs
it with Azure Function?
we can do it with Azure Function for both purposes also, right?
Okay.
The same code which I'll be writing here, you can have it in Azure Function as well. One may be to publish to the event hub, the other
Hmm.
one may be as a subscriber.
Okay.
Other way around, you can have a .NET application publishing the event, or any other application. It could be Java application, Python application, maybe point of service application also, point of sale application also, device integrated, right? Mobile app, which generates the
Yep.
event. And in the back end, you have Azure function to handle, I mean, subscribe and handle that event, right?
I see.
So all options we do have. Here I say all platforms and then say console. This is just to keep the thing simple and understand how this event hub thing is going to work. And then we can have any situation. So as I said, once we are done with the topics, after that we'll be creating a complex case study where we'll be then using the realistic integrations. So
Okay.
Azure functions wherever possible, logic apps wherever possible, and so on. Understood?
Yeah. Yeah.
So console app, next. I'll name this as AZ underscore demo event hub, and next. .NET 8 I'll use
Hmm.
without top level statements. I'm going. This is anyways the personal choice, right? Top
Yep.
level statements, if you're comfortable with, you can uncheck this box. If not, you want conventional code, then check that box, right?
Yep.
Let me delete this, and let's add a package over here for the SDK of Event Hubs, just like Service Bus. So I say manage NuGet packages. If you prefer it via this tool, you can do it from here. You can go to Package Manager console or CLI tools.
Hmm.
.NET CLI tools also you can use, where you can say .NET add package,
Yeah.
the command, right? So up to you. Here the package that I'm looking for is Azure dot messaging dot event hubs, right? For service
Hmm.
bus, what we use are Azure dot messaging dot service bus.
Service bus.
And here another package you see. This is for our next topic, event grid.
Event grid.
Comes from the same uh, main namespace, Azure dot messaging only, right?
Yeah.
So they have integrated many similar things into similar named packages, basically, for
Hmm.
our easy understanding, right?
Yeah.
We need to remember only few names then. So let's install. Though the packages are different, namespaces are similar.
Yes.
Apply and that. Okay. The
Hmm.
package is added, which you can confirm here.
Yep.
Dependencies, packages. Look at this.
Mm.
Okay. Now here we go to the top and import some namespaces. I'll say using Azure dot messaging dot event hubs. Namespace is also there with the same name as that of the package.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
Next I go for the namespace. So here I say private, static, read only. Maybe read only I can put here. Now it should go after static.
Yep.
Static read only
Mhm.
variable by the name CS for connection string.
String.
Right? We know how to take it
Mm.
from the JSON configuration and all.
Yes. App settings.
Right? So I'll say this is string type.
Hmm.
Right? So for now I'll hard code it here. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope that's not a problem. We can put it in JSON file,
Yeah.
right? Uh, like app config or app settings.json, or we can configure it in the environment variables, right? If it's a
Yeah.
app service, then post deployment, it can be created in that connection strings tab also, or app settings tab also, right?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay, so here we have the connection string ready in Notepad. I just go there, copy and paste here.
Yeah.
Fine.
I need just one moment. By the way, you can
Yes.
continue, and I'm fine. You can continue. Just one
Yeah.
moment, but I'm not.
Yeah. I'll just end up declaring all the variables here.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah. So Connection string we already created.
Yeah, and the event hub
Event
name.
hub name variable I created, and I put the name of the event hub that we have deployed, demo hub.
Yep.
Okay. And then the next thing is void main I converted to async task main so that I can use some async programming. Right?
Yep.
Here I say declare a variable named producer or publisher, you can name it as. Why I'm declaring it as producer is because the object type which I'm using is event hub producer.
Yep.
Event hub producer client.
Just client.
Right? And this actually requires this one more namespace to be added.
Mm-hmm.
Event
Mm-hmm.
hubs dot producer. Earlier,
Yep.
actually, this object was there in the event hubs only. Now they have created a separate namespace for it.
Yeah.
Right? I pass the connection string here. And along with the connection string, I have to pass the event hub name also. So I pass the second parameter as event hub name. Okay.
Okay.
Now this creates a using block by default, whose scope is this main method by default, right? You must be aware of the C# enhancement. We don't need to create the curly brace scope for this anymore, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as the main method within which this is declared goes off the scope, this producer
Mm.
object is also garbage
Gonna be
collected
destroyed. Yes.
deterministically, right?
Yes.
I create one more scope like this.
Mm-hmm.
So here I say using event data batch.
Mm.
Multiple events I'm looking to send, so I'm using a batch.
Yes.
Because with service bus, we already saw how to individually send the messages. So here I
Yes.
thought we'll go for the batch processing. Right. So if you don't want event batch, that's okay. A single event can also be produced. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here I say equal to await that producer object we created on the previous line. I
Yeah.
take help from that. And here I say create batch async.
Batch async.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This will create the batch object.
Mm.
And I need to ensure that I add
Fill it
all
with.
the events in this batch.
Yep.
Right. Just like service bus message, we have event hub event. Right.
Yep.
So let's say I'm looking to send overall 100 events. Right. Little
Yep.
sizable number I want to be used. So I use the standard for loop for int I is equals to 0, I less than 100, I plus plus. Okay.
Okay.
Here goes the for loop body. And then I create the event. And that event has to carry some event data. That data is something which I say is called as payload. You name anything. This is just a variable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it will be going as a payload, I named it as a payload. Okay.
Yep.
Here I construct my payload. So let's say interpolated string goes here. And there I say I want some message that carries double curly braces into it, right? Then a double quotes into it, right? So slash double quotes means I can embed double quotes also, right?
Yep.
Device ID. This is the data item that I want. Double quotes, colon, JSON kind of structure I am looking to create here manually,
Yep.
right? Colon, and then I say again, goes space slash double quote, dev dash random ID generated based on this I. So I say I mod
Mm-hmm.
10. Just some random calculation. I can say I multiplied by 2, I plus 1, I plus 2, whatever it is, right? Some random
Yep.
number I'm looking to generate. I can use that math.random class also here. I close the double quotes here,
Mm-hmm.
comma. The next data item goes then slash double quotes. Here I say timestamp TS
Mm-hmm.
followed by slash double quotes again. Then I want colon slash double quotes, one space here. The value of the timestamp goes here.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I can generate that by using this date time dot now or UTC now. Now is local now, right? Local
Yep.
date as per system regional settings. And UTC now is universal date,
Of course.
right? So UTC now, and I say I'm just looking for one component of it, round trip date time. So that will be actually resulting in the timestamp. Okay.
Yep.
This is format string, correct?
Yeah.
And then I say slash double quotes is closed. And along with this, I want some temporary data also to be added. Or maybe let's say temperature I want to simulate here. Assume that I am actually generating this data based on some IoT device connected to some temperature sensor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's say I name this as temp. Okay. This I'll say slash double quotes temp slash double quotes. Okay.
Yep.
And then again I say goes coolant here slash double quotes. After this, I would like the value to be displayed. So let's say again the curly brace comes up,
Mm-hmm.
which shows the value. Let's say whatever value generated, add it to 20. 20
Mm-hmm.
plus I
I.
mod 5, I mod 2, I multiplied by 3, whatever it is. Any random
Okay.
calculation again, just random data I'm generating. If it is
Yep.
sensor actually connected, in that case, this data will come from the sensor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I close the curly braces over here. Okay.
Yep.
And that's the end of the statement.
Yeah, you need a comma at the end.
The semicolon. Okay. So some data generated, then I say if little defensive logic I'm going to use because
Mm-hmm.
the payload that is generated dynamically like this may be accommodated into the event,
Mm-hmm.
may not be accommodated as well. It might be too big also.
Mm.
So I go a little defensive and
Oh.
I say not, if not, batch dot triad. You know this, right?
Mm.
If
Yeah, makes sense.
one way is I can say add, but then try catch block will be required.
Yes.
Exception will be surfaced, right? In this case, logic will be same, but instead of
Mm.
generating exception, it will simply return me false.
Yes.
This is more defensive, right? Instead of
Yeah.
letting the system throw the error, it allows me to let the system know there is an error potentially.
Mm.
It doesn't throw the error, right?
Yeah. And usually we do that because we don't want big data, right, to be
Yes,
sent.
yes.
Okay.
And I mean, the logic is like that. If it fails to be accommodated into the event stream, because event stream has got a upper capacity, right? Limit 200 MB or 100 MB based on which pricing tier you have chosen, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if
Yeah.
doesn't get accommodated, what should happen? I'm saying ignore that. Instead of
Yeah.
throwing error, I'm saying ignore that. So
Ignore
it
it.
depends, like what application I'm writing based on its requirement, I will put it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here I say new event data, encoding dot
Yep.
whichever encoding. While reading also I have to make sure I use the same encoding. Otherwise, there will be a mismatch. Hello can become hell, right? Changing the meaning. Get bytes, payload. So what goes is binary data as the event payload. Understand?
Yeah.
And that will be faster compared to the string messages, correct?
Yep.
And then here I say, if it gets added, it gets added, right? If not, it will just ignore the if statement, correct?
Yep.
Here I say send current batch, and along with that, start a new batch also, right? So how
Mhm.
do I do that? I just say await producer dot send async. What to send? The batch. Now here, if you see, is there
Mm.
any other send method available here? Currently, there is just one.
That's
Means I
only.
can send via batch only. Multiple events I can batch together and I can
Mm.
send at one go. Once I connect, I send all the events and I come back. Close the connection,
Yeah,
right?
but you're adding, you send, okay, send is async for the batch, but that's inside the loop. Is that right?
Yes. Because
Okay,
I
so
want a new batch also to be produced here. So let's say here I go for using var new batch is equal to await producer
I
dot.
thought the batch is for multiple messages to be sent at the time.
Depends. I mean, if you want that, you write the logic accordingly. You don't write this
Okay.
inside loop then, right?
Okay. I got you.
So it's
Because
all
yeah,
up to you
batches.
only, right?
I see.
And
Yes.
here once again, I just go for this state for the new batch now,
Yep.
right? Instead of batch, I'll call this as new batch. If not new batch dot triad new event data, encoding, everything else go the same way, right?
Yeah.
What I want is here in this case, I want to throw the exception. Throw new, whichever type of exception you want, right? And
Yeah.
maybe message goes here, event too large to be accommodated in the batch, right? So different handlings, just different situations I created here. This is not a mandatory thing, this if
Uh-huh.
statement, right? This new batch creation and all, right? So that way it will basically be just trying to add 100 messages and it will
Mm-hmm.
stop there only. So
Yeah.
while adding 100 messages, I am saying create another batch. For
Yep.
each message, create another batch. That's
Yeah.
just a simulation, right? Here I say await producer dot close async, but
Mm.
before that, without fail, you have to say await producer dot send the batch, right?
Mm. Okay, so the producer will send the batch. Okay.
Yes. And then here I first inform, being a console application, this is a good practice, right?
Yeah, of
Informing the
course.
user, events sent. If it's a UI based application, UI type application, I have
Uh,
multiple other ways like
yeah.
message box or maybe alert via JavaScript. I can show it in web application or on the page also I can produce the output, right?
Mhm. Okay. But the new
Okay.
batch is created from, okay. Okay, so all of them are
I
attached to
am
the producer.
correct. So right now I am hoping this new batch is going to fail. The way
Mm.
how we have written the code. I am just hoping that this will fail and hence it will get into exception. So new batch dot send I am not saying or producer dot send async new batch I am not saying anywhere. I am trying to send the batch only if anything else is added to it, right?
Uh-huh. Okay. So oh, you're not sending the new batch, you're sending the batch.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I see.
Okay. What next? Here we'll run this application to see if it is able to produce events and whether it stores it for long or not.
Uh-huh. Oh, that can be
Here comes the
confusing.
console. Oh, I didn't put console.read key actually here.
Yeah, that
That's
can be
why
confusing
it,
somehow.
no worries. I'll just get this simplified
It's
a bit,
okay.
maybe single
No, no,
messages.
no. No,
This
no, no,
can
no.
be
It's
removed
okay.
also. Yeah.
It's okay. No, what I said, I did not understand it. I'm understanding it now.
Ah,
The
I
new batch.
know. This new batch thing is the confusing point, right?
Yes, yes. It
It is
says for
just a
testing.
simulation basically to make the code
Test.
fail at some level. That's it.
Yes,
Nothing else.
yes, yes.
Okay. So as the code ran successfully without error, I go to the portal
Mhm.
and here I just refresh this dashboard. I would see some activity over here,
Yeah.
right? I am in the hub only, and
Hmm.
where the data would be, the event data would be. It's in this consumer group
Hmm.
default, right? So here also we do have something called as Data Explorer, just like Service Bus Explorer.
Yeah,
Tooling is very similar, just the names might be different,
yeah.
right? I can send events from here, just like we can send messages. And then here we are able to inspect the data also, right? If I want to see
Yeah.
this without removing it. So which partition I want to read the data from. Right now I have not asked that this data should be put in this partition or the other partition. In the next
Mm.
session we will see that as well. Correct?
Okay.
So for
Yeah.
now I'll keep it as all
Simple
partition.
to different. Yeah.
In fact by default it will go in zeroth partition only.
Zero partition.
Consumer group also we didn't create explicitly. The default consumer group by the name dollar $default is there, right?
Mm. Yeah.
And then I can say from where to start, oldest position or the user defined position or see the filter type comes in case of
Mm.
custom, right?
Yeah.
Or newest position. I'll say oldest position is from where I want to read it.
Hmm.
What's the maximum batch size I want to process while reading? Reading also is possible in batch. How many events I want to download at once? Let's say
Mm.
I go for 10 events and maximum wait time in seconds.
I see.
Or how long the subscriber will wait for the event to be received. And then I say view events. So this is the same kind of
As
tool that we
peaking.
had for service bus messages and queues, top
It's like peaking or receiving.
peaking.
Peaking. Okay.
It will not remove anything because this is
Okay.
titled as this is for the inspection, right?
Ah, okay.
So this is peaking. Okay. So you can see 0, 1, 2. This is sequence number at which the
Hmm.
events have been sent.
Yeah.
Offset is this. Total events received is 100, right? So 0 to 99 I have. And what is the
Uh-huh.
second column about? This is basically the offset in the stream. 0 to 136, 135 bits. Basically, there is event number 1.
Mm.
136 to 271 is second event, right?
Mm.
So that's the stream offset. And then partition on which it is received, right?
All of them
And
were
when
received
it
at
was
once.
enqueued, what
Yeah.
is the content type? We didn't mention that, so it is blank. Message ID is not generated here because this is not message, this is event.
Yeah.
We do have event ID though, right? And then
Hmm.
event body comes up over here. This is the data that is generated. I can export the event also for, uh,
Oh, so it does not
local
show
analysis.
what was sent. It shows
It's
only the
here.
events.
It shows. The event data is shown.
Okay, where is it?
The
The
payload that
event
we have
data.
sent, right?
Yeah, yeah, the
Payload that
event
we have
data.
sent. So event data, yes.
Dev1 RTS. Okay, yeah, yeah, I
Then
see.
we do have access settings also, where access key-based access can be there, or if it is
Control.
managed identity you are using, so my enter ID will come in, right?
Yes.
Understood?
Yeah. But the offset is just, I did not
Stream,
understand the
stream
offset.
offset, stream offset. So if you are sending some event, that
Mm,
event will be streamed. Now,
yes.
stream position 0, it will start with first one. Now, it will have
Okay.
some size of its own. No? So here, the way how we have constructed our event data says that it's actually 135-bit data that we have sent as event
Oh,
data.
okay. Okay, okay, okay.
So 0 to 135 is first message, first
For
event.
the first message, for the first event. Okay, I got
136
it.
to 271 second, and that's all.
Second.
So
Uh-huh.
offset is just the stream position where this
Mm,
message is available. Because if I go for custom position, there it is asking me whether
mm,
it is offset based access or sequence number based access or enqueue time based access you want.
mm.
If I say offset, I need to tell where to start,
Yeah,
right?
I got you. Okay. So if you start from 130, what will show? What will it show
Let's
now?
see if I
Yes.
put 130. 130 onwards, whichever complete events are there, it will show. So second event onwards
Yes.
only, right?
Ah, okay.
It says 130 is invalid. The last offset in the system is -1. So maybe it has actually worked as a receive mode, not the
Yeah.
peak mode. So that's changed. Okay. Maybe what we can do is I'll just run this application
Run,
once
yeah,
more.
run the application window.
Okay. And then I say view events. 130, it's not taking. I'll say go for 136.
5? Yeah, it seems like
Probably it has
okay.
advanced already. So no worries. I'll just go for oldest position and view events. It must have advanced already because 100 events are already sent, no? So the
Mm,
stream position also must have changed. No, it's the same. 136 should have worked then. Custom
yeah.
position, and if I say
Select partition IDs above for custom position. Okay.
offset 136,
Okay.
it should take it.
The supplied is invalid. The last is -1. So every time you
So
view
let
the
me
event,
put
seems like it's
0.
receiving.
Let me put 0 once.
Okay.
There is something wrong here. It shows you the events from that position. Put -1 for the time being. So that means right from the beginning it is showing.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So that's strange because if I'm saying custom position, it should allow me to read from wherever I want.
Yeah, but it says that you need to select the partition ID above to use custom
Yeah,
position.
it's working in peak mode only, not receive mode. See, 200
Yeah.
events I'm able to get now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. But you need to select the partition. What's partition? Partition one, right? So
Partition, all partition I've selected, right? So
yeah, yeah. But what
it
they
has
are
just
saying,
retrieved
if you
from everywhere. Yes,
yeah, but if
yes.
you select just one, if you select just one, no, 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 the partition.
Okay.
And if you go down and
Uh,
then view, instead of yeah, offset 130, 130. Okay, 136, that's fine. Yeah, this time it will show.
so all partition IDs it's not able to pick up from.
Yeah,
So that according to me is a bug actually because if I say all partition IDs, it should read it, right?
yes,
So
yes.
that could be a temporary bug which will get resolved soon because
Yeah, they have
I've
the
used this.
message down.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Now if you select any of the message here, which is actually the event, here it shows the
Yeah,
JSON formatted event
yes,
event data.
yes.
And you can associate some event properties also, right? By
Hmm.
default, some properties are already associated. What is the offset? What is the sequence number?
Yeah.
Partition ID, enqueue time, everything it includes, right?
Yes.
Okay. So actually, I wanted to show you the subscription thing also, but it's okay because we are approaching the timeout.
I mean,
Uh,
yeah,
we can see this in the next session, the subscription part.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can see it. Yeah, but let me tell you two things.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm having a vacation all of the next week, so
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
I'm not gonna take Tuesday if you don't mind.
No
Um,
worries. So what about Saturday?
Saturday is good at 8:30.
So no worries. We'll meet on Saturday then. I'll schedule accordingly.
Good. And the second thing is that please, please, please just get me the videos because I need to
I'll do that.
um
I'll do that.
I need to revise everything
Yes.
this
Yes.
week
Yes. Yes.
before I go
I'll do
to
that.
work.
So by tomorrow you should be able to get all the videos.
Yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow this
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Cool.
Thank you. So see you
Thank
on
you.
next Saturday. Next Saturday is what? The date will be
The second, I
third.
think, or the third.
Third. Third.
Oh, yes, on the
Third.
third.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Cool.
year-end vacation is it?
Ye I'm sorry? Yeah, the
Year-end
year end.
vacation. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
No worries. Enjoy your vacation.
Thank you. Thank you. I need it.
Yeah. Bye bye. See you next week.
Bye-bye. See you. Have a great one.
Thank you.